All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that riveting showcase match, but now we are back to the last two matches of the day. First up, we've got MToms127 versus HazelPietro. Should we just go ahead and get into it and get started banning and picking which segment you two are going to compete in?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, then. So, Hazel, you are the lower seeded player, so you get to choose whether you would like to start with the ban process yourself.
Okay. I'm going to start with all stand jumps.
All right.
I will ban Epsilon.
All races.
Trevor percent.
Deep inside.
Fresh meat.
Countryside.
Suppose I will ban Blitz play then.
Okay.
All right, that leaves third way.
So yeah, it looks like we're going to be going back to another segment of third way. I believe, I don't actually see the exact PBs, but I believe MToms has a slightly faster PB in this segment.
Yeah, I can give you my PB. It's not submitted.
Okay, well, what's your PB, Pietro?
Yeah, wait a second. I'm gonna find it on Live Street.
Of course. But MToms PB is 49.10. It's really huge because he did manage to cross that 50-minute barrier.
Okay. My PB is 103.16.
103.16. Okay, so
Yeah.
it is a little bit of an underdog match, but everyone loves watching underdog matches. So we're going to take a quick break so that the runners can get their save files. And in the meantime, we're going to show you a little video explaining how our seeding works. Okay, and both runners now have their save files. So we're going to count you down from 3. And on go, you both are going to unpause and then skip the cutscene. So, 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, best of luck to you two.
Man! Where you going, tough guys?
All right, immediately off, Hazel is trying to go for snipe strats because they're on console, but fails it and has to go at it again. MToms, on the other hand, does a very good job and gets it first try, not even needing the power. Hazel's second attempt is also unfortunate. MToms doing the barrier clip to spawn in legal trouble now. Hazel attempting a carbine rifle shot at him, also failing again.
Yeah, Tanish did mention that he's not using Michael's ability, which I'm finding kind of interesting.
Yeah, with this level of consistency, you need to be using Michael's power.
I know it is a little harder on console, but hopefully he realizes.
Slick, you're not thinking.
Yeah. We had another console runner run third way today, me, A, and V, and he did fine in this section.
She's got a police escort. She's on the way to my personal hangar. Security at the airport work for me.
He's saying he can't power.
Yeah, that is unfortunate when you boot up the game and don't set a power beforehand.
He did finally get it though, so
He's
now going to be on legal trouble. I don't know if on console they typically do the wall clip. It doesn't look like they do.
I thought me and V did earlier today. That being said, MToms did have a little trouble with traffic, but he is pushing through and now commencing the Molly chase.
What's she doing?
Hazel now spawning in legal trouble and will get started soon as well. I'm interested to see which vehicle Hazel will take, because I know I've heard some console runners prefer the other cars than the Serrano, which is a very interesting choice considering what we do on PC.
Yeah, he's going to take the Carbonazar. It is a little slower, however, its handling is a little bit more consistent and it's less likely to spin out, which is definitely very good on this drive that has so much traffic.
Yeah, it is very true. We did see some of the consequences of taking the Serrano on MToms' part. Getting a little speed as well from that cop car. Hopefully that will not bite him in the ass due to poor Molly rubber banding later on.
I think he slowed down a little bit too much, so he's going to get the forced slowdowns from the planes. Hopefully he might be able to cut this just enough that he misses the second slowdown though.
He's having a little trouble with traffic as well, crashing into a random car, but not letting it affect him at all. Taking quite a wide turn to get onto this road to start the Molly chase as well. I'm a little surprised the game didn't mission fail, because you do have to be very careful taking that turn. But either way, Hazel finishing up the Molly chase or starting the Molly chase just as MToms finishes it. He will now run into the hangar to do a few punches to push himself forward and grab the tape.
If you are under the age of 13, please avert your eyes for the next 5 seconds.
Oh, stop! Look out!
If you're under 13, get out of here entirely. You're banned.
That too, but...
Bro. That's all I can say. Bro.
MToms now getting in the plane.
Yeah,
hopefully he will get good cop spawns here because they can really make it hard to take off.
So far it seems fine. I doubt anyone's going to come green now. And yep, he is clear for a clean takeoff.
And Hazel, similarly to MToms, getting absolutely
having a little trouble
decked
with
by a cop car.
That is not good. Not enough for a mission fail, thankfully, but still, not what you want to see when you're struggling to catch back up after a poor Ballad of Rocco.
And this flight that MToms is doing is very typically easy to just fly through and not get cops. However, there is technically a slight chance that you can get re-seen when you dive out of the plane, so we'll hope that that doesn't happen.
When you dive out of the plane of all places? Really?
Yeah, for me, if the plane crashes, like, before I lose the
before
cops,
the mission pass, yeah.
Yeah, then
yeah, I
mean, reapply.
That could be easily avoided by just flying a little higher.
Yeah.
Or in MToms' case, it looks like he did not bail out of the plane until he lost the cops, which is also a smart choice.
Yeah, it does mean that he's a little bit farther away, but he does have to wait for the phone call anyway, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference. And Pietro now getting into the plane.
Yeah, let's see how his cop RNG turns out. Oop, looks a little tighter, gets a slight bump, but that does not stop him from keeping some momentum and ultimately taking off without any major issues.
And I believe for now that should make them about 1.5 to 2 minutes apart.
Maybe, I don't know. Hard to judge. I think it's closer to 1 minute than 2, personally.
Somewhere in there.
Yes, MToms taking it nice and safe, just doing first-person running here, not bothering with tab movement. Now about to start the wrap-up properly.
We're old school. We like old-fashioned.
We'll see what strat he does to get to the next cutscene.
If Galibo's in chat, watch very carefully.
And it looks like he's doing third-person running without tab movement. Safe strat, which I do not blame him for.
He
misses the cop
shot
entirely, but it doesn't even matter. Just runs right by, no problem.
I
Some
think
of that San Andreas experience coming into work there.
I think if the cutscene had taken like another half second to trigger, he would have been dead.
This is
That
the
is
guy
very
who
possible,
iced
yes.
Brad, and would ice me? I'd be better off putting my sights on
Hazel
him.
now finished legal trouble. About to walk into wrap up. Meanwhile, MToms is just getting down to the fountain for the rest of the shootout.
Yeah, MToms handling these enemies like a champ. No Dave soft lock as well. And will now finish off one more enemy, and he is off to finish the mission. He does have very low health, though. He will need to be careful and use power quite liberally here in order to not die, I believe.
I've also seen, I've actually taken stamina damage here once before, and then not been able to make it to the car. But it looks like he gets there with no troubles, and now he gets to take down the helicopter.
Yeah, let's see how he handles his C4 throw.
Behind the pawn shop in Morningwood.
Very well done, MToms. Nothing else should really get in his way other than traffic for the remainder of this mission.
No more billions to one fails to worry about.
Oh, he does spin out, though. That is a bit unfortunate. Hazel now about to start the shootout section of the wrap-up. Running in first person, I see. I think I've heard that's not an issue. Oh, dies in the shootout. Must have not had enough health after legal trouble. That is a bit unfortunate, but thankfully it does not set you too far back. So not the end of the world.
For fuck's sakes.
Let's see if MToms tries to go for Michael Punch here.
Well, that was
And looks like no. He's all about to try and go for the parachute. Does have an awkward angle here. Going to hit the wall and does die. That is not great.
I think he jumped off the wrong side of the corner. Yeah.
Yes, that is what happened. Thankfully, he does keep his parachute, so he does get to try again. MToms is throwing the Buffalo in order to save warp here and keep it. Hazel really getting to reap the benefits of auto aim here during this shootout. Let's see if he can take that to his advantage.
And it looks like Dave's moving up for him too, so no memes there.
Very good. And with that, Hazel has finished the shootout.
MToms carrying the RPG into the house as if we're doing on Mission 0, but
Good muscle memory to have.
much to many people's delight after the last time we did Summer Segment Scramble, we are not doing on Mission 0 this year.
Fuck. Actually, it's Omo isn't as bad as it used to be. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it made a comeback in a future Summer Segment Scramble event. But
MToms
I think
is having a lot of speed. I wonder if he's going to go for the big jump.
I would not be surprised, even if he failed it and had to reload, he would still be pretty well ahead of Hazel.
Oh, getting a lot of speed. Oh, and he's flipping.
He can recover this, though. He just needs to have just the right angle, and he's good. Good job, MToms.
What amazing air control.
Yeah. Air control is very important for that Yum.
Very, very important. I have failed many times on that.
He's still struggling a little bit with this traffic density to finish up the drive to finish wrap up. Making it there in the end, but not before spinning out entirely. Does commit to driving the rest of the way, though.
No, I actually don't know what the strat is here on console. I can't remember if they save warp. I don't think they do.
Old consoles don't save warp, the current generation does.
That's
Having a little
right.
trouble switching to Franklin, though. Let's see. Although I will be honest, I have no idea what console Pietro runs on. Looks like he is not super comfortable with save warping, though, so he will be doing the drive back to Franklin's house to do this mission, which is very unfortunate considering he must have gotten Simeon and Moody at some point, which means he's stuck with the bagger, not the upgraded Buffalo.
Yeah.
That
And
is an
especially
unfortunate
considering
choice.
he's not save warping anyway, it wouldn't have mattered which car he got. So, getting the fast car here for driving to the house would have definitely saved him some time. That's another one of the disadvantages of running on console is you have to make your own save files. So you don't get all the advantages of having perfect texts like you have on PC.
Anyway, MToms has made it to the lumber mill. Opted to not go for ledge buffer strats here, but will probably be doing the standard shootout the rest of the way here. That's one car blown up. After one more.
Oh, he actually went for the risky blowing himself up with the second car.
I mean, that's fairly standard, but yes, it works out for him, so very good.
Bye, thanks.
Hazel showing off the technical console advantage of making your own save files by having a golden buffalo, I see. Interesting choice.
Everyone knows a golden car just makes it faster, so...
But no, golden cars are heavier because gold is dense. It's actually slower.
Yeah, but it's gold, so it's faster.
No. I'm not even gonna argue with you on that one. I'm just saying no. Hazel bonking
Hazel...
into a tree might need a little bit of practice on that section of the Lamar down drive. Taking it safe though, not going for any big jumps, which I don't blame him for. MToms getting lucky with the train, not having to stop for it. Now you'll have a pretty straightforward drive back to Los Santos as Hazel has to make it all the way up to almost Paleto Bay Forest. So there is quite the gap beginning to show here between these two runners.
They're actually going to see each other. They're going to meet in the middle. They're going to give each other a little high five and a good luck on their way. Now this is not on you at all, Antonio, but when you said a high five on the way back, you've immediately given me flashbacks to many conversations I've had at work. So thank you for that. You're so very welcome. But doesn't that just make you appreciate how much you love getting to be here commentating?
No, it makes me dreadful of the fact I have to go to work in a few hours, but thank you for trying to put a positive spin on that.
Anytime.
MToms trying to go for a brake boost, but does not quite get it, and that is a bit unfortunate, as that'll be the last brake boost for a bit until he gets back onto the highway.
Does seem to still carry a decent chunk of speed from powered curb boost on the rails.
And previous brake boost as well. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but unfortunate considering how much time and power he put into attempting that brake boost.
Yeah.
Hazel finally making it to the sawmill. Also not going for a ledge buffer. I do know that strat is a little bit more difficult on consoles as you have to use a alternative controller layout. So I do not blame him for not going for it. Getting Lamar. Let's see how the rest of this combat goes for him.
And we gonna do something about that, dog.
MToms should be able to be starting to hit brake boosts again, which he is certainly attempting, building up some speed. Starting to look good. Not quite solid tier as we saw earlier, but still pretty solid. Hazel playing it safe, launching a grenade, and that actually detonated a lot faster than I thought.
Ain't shit changed for me, and you ain't helping. Ain't helping.
MToms just driving down the Forum Drive to Lamar's house. And he's like done with Lamar down.
Yeah, seems like you got a bit of dialogue, so I had to wait there. I saw the save prompt.
Let's see what switch he gets.
Yeah, moment of truth.
Hazel actually failed, and now he has to redo this last section.
Well, that is quite unfortunate. He must have not killed enough people beforehand.
I think he actually didn't. I don't know if this makes a difference. It didn't look like he ran that far forward, so he might not have like gotten into the zone.
Wow, nice house switch. I don't think this is a good one, considering how far you have to run to the car. I know there's some house switch that Alex said earlier is pretty good, but MToms choosing to take the bike in the garage, you don't see this every day. Preemptively calling Dave as well.
You made it.
Very good.
I mean, once you have it, you might as well use it. There's no other mission in the game that you use that bike for in this segment. So if it's faster than Michael's car, you might as well take it. As long as you don't crash.
That is very true. My main thing was I wasn't even sure if there would be a bike there.
A limo, Jim.
Considering we technically used the second one during Fresh Meat segment.
Yeah, I've actually...
I'm really proud
I didn't
of you
even know there was a bike in there on this segment, but maybe I'll start using that if I get house switch.
Yeah, when you get house switch, maybe once every, like, I don't know, 10
Okay,
times.
this
if
is my
that.
favorite line.
Give me nice and tight.
He says, "Thanks, Antonio."
Hold on. Where's Mom and Tracy?
You're
He
welcome.
makes me feel so special.
We gotta get to the house.
I love Laszlo, just for that one line.
What happened? I don't know. This rich asshole
Great.
is pissed off at me because I didn't shit.
All right,
on the
MToms is
movie.
off to do one of the
Then
most
his lawyer
difficult
died,
and
he
fast-paced
just told me
shootouts
he's
in the
gonna
game.
hurt your mom. You killed his
It's going to be
lawyer?
interesting to see what strategies he does as he spins out, very unfortunately. Yeah, that's not good.
If I got a say in it.
Hazel having a little trouble getting over the river and off of the train
No, I
tracks,
didn't. It
but
was
should
an
be
accident.
able to recover it.
I would never do anything to put
Not
you
the
in
cleanest off-ramp we've seen, but certainly one of them.
They'll be fine.
That is tough because you do build up a lot of speed from those rail curb boosts, and
No,
crashing
he's not a
like that,
gangster.
it makes
He's
him
just
lose a lot of that speed, and he's going to
extremely
really
rich.
have
He
to
says
try and
he's
get
got all
some of
these
these
connections.
tiny
I'm
brake
sure it's
boosts if he
just
wants to
talk.
get any of it back.
Yeah, that will be
Missed
difficult.
that
Not a
first
family
one.
car. All right,
Yeah, getting these brake boosts will be a little more difficult on console than PC, considering they do have the disadvantage of lower frame rates. I believe most
This is
PC
the
players
second
can
one.
get at least 80 frames per second, where consoles can get 60 on a best hardware on a good day, as far as I'm aware. I have no idea if the current gen is like consistent 60 or if it's like weak 60. Like, I know the very first release was like weak 30 frames per second. It would often dip below that.
MToms with a flawless shootout with the C4. Getting
Having to take two rockets here, though, that is a little unfortunate, but has finished up Meltdown.
I think they're gone. Yeah.
Oh, he missed one to some dude lying on the ground. That's very funny. You don't see that every day.
I think I remember there was something with, I think it was Pacifist, where there's a certain condition that makes that guy laying on the ground spawn. Don't remember what it is. But
All right, MToms gets worse switch here, sadly. Seems like the game almost wants to drag him down a little bit where it can with this RNG. But thankfully that is the last bit of RNG in the run. So it is now entirely up to MToms to show off his skill.
Hazel now finishing up the drive through the city. He's going to be arriving at Lamar's house, and then he will also be doing Meltdown.
Yes,
I
that
feel
should be
so
interesting to see
bad.
on console.
I feel so bad not knowing anything about console strats, but I don't even know if they do the C4 strats.
Maybe?
Like that?
I don't see anything that would prevent it from happening, but I do remember just seeing me and B just relying heavily on auto aim for that
We got a lot to do.
shootout.
Can someone in the SSS chat please confirm?
MToms having a little trouble turning around with the Buffalo to get back to Franklin's garage. I've never seen someone have to take such a wide kind of turn in order to get fully situated. That being said, he does make it to the garage. Hazel getting a very good switch here, already going to be in the car and fairly close to the Meltdown start. That is very good. Probably definitely a bit more advantageous than MToms' switch. MToms making his way over to the garage now. Does get the LSPD van Stinger's text, which is consistent. Let's see if Hazel goes for any Jimmy pushes. Doesn't look like he tried. Maybe when at one attempt completely missed him, said screw this and moved on from the looks of it. And Tom's making it to the garage, not going for blimp strat here, interestingly enough. That will lose him a few seconds on that extended Los Santos Customs animation. But does remember all of the modifications he needs, so he should be on good track as long as he does not get the frame perfect text or email here, which he does not. Very good.
I wasn't watching. Did he do the blimp call before going into LSC?
He did not.
Oh.
Anyway, Hazel's turn to drive the Vaca all the way back to Michael's house. manages to crash into a car and uses all speed and turn himself around, having trouble getting to face the right direction as well. MToms also driving a little too close to that garage door, does have to back up, and has seemed to aggro a NPC as well. That is a bit unlucky, but thankfully does not cause any issues with this gauntlet dupe. He is now setting up the ledge buffer, the slower but safer method of doing this fast gauntlet dupe. Hazel slowly but surely making it back to Michael's house, well within the mandated game timer that I think most, if not all, speedrunners forget about. It is throwing to C4 as well, so it looks like Hazel will be going for fast meltdown strats.
That shot on the guard holding Amanda did look a little sketchy, but he seems
to
have gotten it.
Tracy. That is quite unfortunate.
He ran a little bit too fast there. And I think that means that the C4 outside the front door is going to despawn.
That is correct, Antonio, which means he will have to adapt and go for a slower but safer meltdown. He's trying to despawn the grenade, though. Yeah.
I don't think he realizes it despawns.
Yeah, Hazel is just rolling with it, and this will have unforeseen consequences.
Oh, and he looks a little too early. But
no, that looked fine.
It does seem to be fine, except those first two guys.
Is opting to use grenades here instead of rockets. That is a very interesting choice, considering he is now struggling to kill the enemies inside the... Hold on. What is MToms doing up on the left? He's just running after this truck. Or maybe not. Maybe he was just going to the parking lot after finishing up Gauntlet Dude, but did seem to not get the quick cab strat that most top runners go for nowadays. Hazel finally making it through the meltdown shootout, crashing into a wall and falling over before he can trigger the final cutscene, and is finally done with meltdown.
MToms is driving over to the Stingers.
Yeah, I'm interested.
A little bit of suboptimal gameplay on all the aspects of Gauntlet, but overall not losing too much time, especially considering as long as he doesn't make to fail.
I'm interested in seeing if he dares go for replay work setup here.
Oh no!
Crashing into this tiny little alley. Let's see if he can back up the stairs. He cannot, so he's going to get out on foot. Is he going to run all the way? Is he going to try and steal a car? Looks like he's just gunning it on foot. Honestly,
it is kind of lucky that that happens so close to the parking lot.
And once again, Hazel got better switch RNG than MToms. Seems to have gotten the titties switch on Trevor instead of bar switch.
Touch the titties. Are we allowed to say that?
I mean, I was quoting the game, so I think I'm fine. I don't know about you, though.
No, he says that also.
Oh.
It's okay. I said it a little too late, yeah. Naughty pointed out, I was watching MToms, and I just said that in response to what you said, but it was a little off cue.
Good neuron activation, then.
Yeah.
Hazel making his way to the garage now. Ooh, cutting it very close. You gotta be careful on this baggro drive, because if you fall off and die, you could be in serious trouble. Making a safety save. That's an interesting choice. I don't think we've seen anyone do that today. We're on third place so far this tournament, as for a matter of fact. But honestly, not a bad choice.
When making his own save, he did make sure to get a 2-color gauntlet, which is really important for this, because it saves you that little bit of time having to respray one of the colors.
So we're really doing this shit. All right, people, the trucks are on.
I can't read what his text say, but I'm assuming the first text he got was Stinger.
Look at this. We got the old crew together.
You can tell because one's a text and one is an email.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Old crew.
I learn new things every day.
Crew 2.0.
I hope you do.
I wouldn't be mad at
it would be a boring life if you didn't.
That's true.
Yeah. You know, Michael thought he'd be perfect for
I
the
live a
parts
boring
of Fall
life
Guy
anyway.
1 and 2.
Skill issue.
Hey, we don't
I'm not giving you any pity for that. Alright, Hazel ready to go with the blimp call is going to be,
you wanna be a bitch? Get out of the car,
playing it fast here.
Alright, trucks aren't
Very
here
good.
yet. Let's sit tight. There's no need to panic.
We weren't
on those wheels. Having a little trouble getting there.
Nothing's wrong. We just gotta wait.
So let's get the rock crawlers. I hope they're the right one.
Hey,
I actually,
this is it.
I obviously can't read his menus, so I do know that there's two different rock crawler wheels on latest patch, in two different menus. So I don't know which one he got.
It's probably the right one.
I would assume
Anyway,
so.
MToms onto the boring part of Big Score, so I think it'll be safe to kind of ignore his feed for the next minute or two. Surely nothing will go wrong.
Shit! Your move.
Surely.
No! Get a
See,
fucking move on.
why did you just give him the commentator's curse?
Hurry up!
Just
I like content. That's why.
Union Depository. Here we come.
And he does get gauntlet
Shit,
back,
shit.
and
Relax,
he did
man.
get
I'm the one who should be
upgrade.
crapping
Now he's
myself. I'm
going
about to
for the
rob
lead
the biggest
buffer.
bank on the
Ooh,
planet.
does not seem to have the input order quite correct. Goes for the climb before pulling up the phone. What are you doing?
You have
I'd
to
understand
do
once,
set
but
up
twice
little
is
differently on
a little
console.
concerning. 3 times now. Wow. Oh, it's different on console?
Yeah.
At this point, I'd suggest going for the out of bounds if you're gonna mess it up this many times. Jeez, 5! 5 fails now, right?
I guess now we know why he didn't do the Lamar down ledge buffer.
That is very true. Yeah, at this point, I guess maybe not so much with console loading times, but at this point, it might be faster to just go for old gauntlet dupe if you're gonna have this much trouble getting the ledge buffer.
There we go.
It does seem to eventually get it, though.
Good. Yeah. Fine.
I bet the freeway
Interesting spot to stay to. Needs to. There we go. All right, gets it there.
You gentlemen have to sit in those
We
trucks.
did-
Just need to make the save at the right spot.
More money than you know
I
what
do
to
want to mention we did get
Okay.
a raid from Thor3101. Thank you. We appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed this content.
Yeah, do keep in mind that after this race, we do have one more additional race for the first round of Summer Segment Scramble, and then followed by tomorrow morning, we will also be having 7 more races to finish up round 1 of this tournament.
Oh, shit.
With that, MTom slowly getting through the boring part of Big Score, not even trying based on how his camera angle is, but still getting through no prob.
These are heavy.
Hazel setting up for the quick cab,
So what's
Oh,
that worth?
having a
boy.
little trouble getting the garage door to close, though, but does get there in the end.
2,000 an ounce, 35 ounces a kilo, give or take, 1,000 kilos a ton, so that's...
$200 million or thereabouts.
Give me a...
Now let's see how this cap spawn goes.
That sounds about right.
So I have a feeling even on PC, the cab strat is a little bit difficult since you do have to shoot the drive in order to get it.
Ah, my back!
There goes the cab. I just saw it going right on past.
Quite irregular.
Yeah, I don't think Hazel's getting that.
Computer cleared it.
He did end up with a lot of big semi-trucks blocking his field of view and his cars. So we'll see what he
What
does
cars?
here now.
There are no cars, only trucks.
That's right.
Yeah, that being said, he needs to figure out what he's going to take.
At
At this point, I would have taken one of the big trucks.
Thanks.
And it looks like he's going to settle for whatever
Thank you.
this is.
Really?
Cargo is gone.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. This drive overall is pretty short. It would be a different story if the switch warp followed by replay warp was on the cards. But since it isn't, because console moment, you should be
Oh
okay.
my. MToms
Pickup
is
was good.
playing-
How's it look?
That's
MToms,
really-
yeah.
There we go.
Showing off some GTA side content while he waits for the
Fuck.
game to
You got a solution
finish
for
up
this
its
problem?
slow sequence. Hopefully, that display did not
I hope you got a
slow
solution
down
for this
the
problem.
scripted dialogue. Does seem you did have a little trouble skipping that cutscene though.
Okay, we in.
So maybe don't go for that in future races.
Doesn't look like it's going to make all the difference in this race unless he has either an audio bug or a crazy skill issue on third way. But he
You know,
does
it's funny
have
that
the first of the 2 major shootouts in this segment coming up. If you know how to do it, it's easy. If you don't, or if you mess it up,
Oh
it
shit.
can get real hairy real fast. So we'll see how it goes for him.
interesting on how you're giving me shit for the commentator's curse earlier.
Go right at this turn.
Well, you already cursed him, so it's not like you can curse someone twice, right?
Yes, you can. You can give someone 2 different curses, no?
The light is green.
Well, I mean,
You're good.
you know.
Now you gotta make a right
Well, let's be
here.
honest, I got
Okay,
you
got
there.
more heavies to the west.
Checkmate,
This one's clear.
Californian.
Now this is a right, okay? Shit, more
Doing a
so
replay warp here?
We got a green
I guess for the
that's
autosave.
yeah, for the autosave warp for third wave.
Yeah, I have no idea how that'll check out, but here is to hoping that
Okay, now. home
setting it up that
stretch.
way does not interfere with spawning the final choice cutscene mission thing.
And
I personally don't know.
finishing the traffic light minigame. Now it's time for the shootout. Let's see how he does. And at the same time, Hazel's going to be starting the bowling part of Big Score, which means it's going to give us a little bit of time to watch MToms. Missing
One
some
thing of
grenade
note-
launcher shots.
One thing of note, I do believe that MToms does play with the controller here. One of the few PC runners to do so. I know while it helps him out in some of his star categories like all stunt jumps, I don't know if that will positively or negatively impact his performance in shootouts like this.
Misses some of the angles on those cars in the back, which is very bad because if you let the people get out, they run around back there, and it's very hard to get angles to kill them without running all the way to their side.
Yes, a lot of runners take out those cars via rockets instead of minigun, which might give him a slight disadvantage, but it looks like he is cleaning up the last of those enemies, which will put him into the driving section.
Opting not to shoot Michael with an RPG, don't know if that's out of safety or because he just doesn't feel like it, but now he's on the Franklin Drive, which, once again, can go real wrong real fast.
Left turn ahead.
Yes, hopefully he will not get any rare memes. But at the rate things are going, I personally doubt it. Getting a little sidetracked by the NPC cars. That's very common when you try and go for an NPC push, but does get out of it, thankfully.
Kids back.
We're doing subtle Big Score, not obvious. What are you talking about?
That's not a real approach. That it doesn't exist. I don't recognize mission skips.
I was gonna say, mission skips people don't like you right now.
Did they ever? That being said, the drive seems to be going well for MToms. He has kept the crew within range, which gives him the ability to now go full speed ahead.
This is
Staying ahead of
another
the
one
pack,
of those.
he might get
This
pushed
is another
again.
one of those shootouts that if you go full speed, you will lose them at some point. But you obviously also don't want to slow down too much because then the cars can kind of push you around. And if they break your tire, if they knock you over the edge,
Hey, this driver
this
sucks,
part
man.
can get
fucking trucks all
knocked
over the
in.
road.
But it looks like he has no problems, and he's going to be able to get into the truck. And I'm wondering if we're going to see a yomp here.
That is a very exciting prospect, I will say.
On one hand, he went for the Lamar down yomp, and this one is
And nailed it.
popular. He did nail it, and he could nail this one too, and that would be amazing for content, and everyone would love him. On the other hand, I would also understand if he doesn't know how far ahead he is, he just wants to play it safe.
That does bring up a good question. Is it ethical to watch your restream when you race in Summer Segment Scramble?
In Leicester, in the
Like, from
I
a
did
competitive
that.
perspective, it makes sense considering you get information about your opponent.
I did that back during the Trevor Percent tournament, just so that I needed to know how much I needed to like scramble. But it also was bad because it kind of distracted me, and many times I probably failed strats because I was stressed and trying to catch up that I would have succeeded if I was just playing calmly.
It's getting away clean that makes the difference.
Yeah,
between
this is a
those
fair
who
argument.
walk free and those who do not.
MToms was going for a lot of those early break boosts, which makes me think we're going to see a yomp.
you wouldn't
I'm switching over to
I'm sorry.
Firefox type pause fish.
Right now, Franklin.
Might as well join you.
If, and it's a big if, and then I can finally.
Alright, Moment of Truth. Another break boost.
Frank.
Little
But
drum
it's this
roll.
next drop that matters most in terms of getting speed.
Oh, he gets the
there with
brake
the brake
boost.
boost, but is he
Oh,
gonna
but he
have the
takes
right
that
angle? Oh no,
line.
he is slid away and he is not getting this yum.
Oh no. Turn around,
Quite
do it
unfortunate.
again.
No. Don't be stupid. Oh my god, he's
Oh, he
turning around
heard
and doing
me.
it again.
With a very
He heard
Oh
me.
no.
exit strategy. Come on, man. I mean,
Guys,
we just
I
took the
promise
biggest score in
MToms is
history
not
score,
actually in the
and you
call with
bitches just
us.
wanna moan. I'm
Literally
mine,
throwing for
never
content. What a real one.
If he does get the Yomp here, though, that's gonna be pretty good content.
It's gonna be especially difficult though, considering he's gonna have less speed than he did before. Yeah, that last brake boost can really screw you out of control,
Oh, dang,
which
I
means
mistyped it. He gets it
Lost
again,
streak.
though. He gets it again. He has
is
a
he
good
gonna have the right
line.
angle? He
Oh
does make
my
it a little too far
gosh.
to the right. I sense a pool landing imminent.
Nope.
Thankfully, I was wrong.
Holy cow, what a
Not bad.
recovery.
I'm mad because I'm rich. I'm sad because I'm successful.
This car is pretty beat
Man,
up
this shit
for
is
it,
pathetic.
but he will survive.
Oh, I am.
Luckily, there is no fail condition on how much you damage this car. You know, canon to the story, there isn't any reason why there would be one, but the devs of GTA 5 have been known to do some inexplicable things, so you never know.
That being said, MToms does overshoot the turn into Michael's house and has to turn around, which he struggled with a little bit. Also misses the bailout to skip a little bit of dialogue, unfortunately, but overall, not a bad big score.
He's now going to be save warping to go pick the Death Wish option. Meanwhile, Hazel is doing the traffic light minigame, and we should see the big score shootout from him now soon.
Wow.
Oh,
Interesting switch. Did he load the autosave?
I think I actually don't know.
Yeah, I think he must have loaded the autosave instead of a manual quick save. But that being said,
can
it's
be a
okay.
little hairy.
Gets her in the end.
Doing the autosave can be a little hairy with save warps if you're not using the replay strat, because sometimes it can make it that you hold the character switch even just a frame too long and you'll actually switch to another character. Which,
Yeah, so he did get lucky there with his successful save warp.
now this drive can be a little hairy though, because you are technically not in a mission, which means if
Technically.
you crash, you can fly out the windshield and die.
I think when it comes to not being on a mission, it's a little more than technically so.
Well, I mean, you started the mission at Franklin's house, and then that mission takes like 2 seconds, and then you start the mission again at Lester's.
Yeah, so you're not on a mission right now in any sense. Any.
I guess. Hazel having a little bit of trouble finding the rest of these people in the shootout. Franklin is flashing red. Let's hope that doesn't matter all that much.
Probably won't. It seems that Hazel is actually, turns out Franklin died, I think. Or someone died. Hard to see who. But yeah, that being said, it did look like Hazel was just gunning down the infinitely respawning enemies instead of going after the ones that actually advanced the shootout sequence, which is not great.
Yeah, Mix pointed out that MToms might actually be on PB pace if he has a really good
no.
third way. People are saying no. But
Yeah,
the
after that,
timer
yeah.
that we have is also a little bit more than what his live split would be saying. So
Hard
You
to
never
say.
know.
It's just could be in general inaccurate.
yeah. Hazel's second attempt at doing the shootout seems to be going a little bit better. He is on the last 2 cars. And don't know if he's already taken out the snipers.
There he is.
It is quite hard to see, yeah.
Meanwhile, MTom's picking up Lamar. He's not going to be going for the ledge buffer. So he's just going to be in the foundry running over to Michael and Trevor. Hazel cleaning up the last couple guys.
Yeah, this
Not a
shootout
very
should be
good
over
shootout
soon.
for him, but he gets through it, and now he's on the driving part.
Hey, look, hear me out, man.
Yeah, there it
It's
goes.
too heavy for you, you can back out.
Very good.
MToms arriving at the foundry.
Hit me with it. Look, man, Mike and Trevor, they should be inside. Can you stay out here and let us know when the bad dudes is coming?
Yes, we'll have to be running here, since there's no ledge buffer. Wow, Hazel unfortunate enough to get rain on this drive. That could bite him in the ass somewhat.
Yeah, I'm bringing
That could bite him in the ass here. It could also bite him in the ass if the rain persists to the last drive. If he gets pushed by the gray car, that can happen if you're in the middle of the road. But, you know, maybe that will slow him down enough that he doesn't need to intentionally slow down for the rest of the drive. Oh, gets pushed by some cop cars. Oh, MTom's dying in the shootout as
Oof.
Trevor. So he is going to have to do it again. You know, getting close to the end, this is when you can start to choke. One of the... Trevor just automatically RPG'd one of the people in the middle. I've never seen that before.
Hazel crashed into a cop car, did lose a lot of speed there. Yeah, you gotta be careful to keep looking ahead on that big score drive, or else cop cars will almost certainly get in your way.
Yeah. Little risky here now because he is with all of the crew and all of the cop cars that are going to be pushing him around. He's got to be careful.
Let's go, punk!
Hope he gets no memes in the tunnel.
Memes in the tunnel, though, are very unlikely, I'd say, unless there's a popped tire.
MToms finishing the first phase of the shootout, now going out to help Lamar for doing the Trevor rep ski section as Michael. And because he failed, the Buffalo is in a weird position, which means he has to be careful not to kill himself with it.
Or more worryingly, kill Lamar.
Yes,
Yeah, he's going to play it safe and run into the fire over there, and it looks like he is going to be A-okay.
Fine. I'll try and find it.
Yes, I have a very good feeling that MToms is using controller for this fight, considering on just the way he locks onto enemies here, which, honestly, considering the setup of people in that, at least for that shooting section, I do not blame him one bit.
It
This is
also can be
quite
very
toxic to do.
smart, in case he doesn't kill the two guys up on the catwalk, because he can just auto-aim onto their head.
Does auto-aim work that far?
I don't know, but we use it on Bureau raids, so I would imagine so.
Do it again.
Yeah, MToms finishing the inside part of the shootout, just has one more little section to go, and then he will be free of the most difficult portions of the third wave speed run. Hazel slowly making his way back up the hill to Los Santos. Seems to be taking a bit of an unconventional route here. Might have forgotten the exact line to take.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going. It looks like right now he's just following the GPS, but I don't know how the GPS took him on that route in the first place. Oh, my dog's been mad about something.
Dude, I thought that was a soundboard at first.
Oh, nope, that's an actual dog. Give me
Great.
20 seconds.
Alright, I'll keep him entertained. Alright, MToms finishing up the outside shootout. Having trouble hitting some of these enemies. It does seem like auto-aim does not work with the minigun, I think, as we've established before, so him trying to auto-aim onto these guys is not working. Instead, he is opting to run up to him, which makes sense considering they are hiding around the corner. What toxic enemy spawns, Jesus Christ. And also holding on to that last glimmer of health. Hopefully MToms does not get wiped out here, or else he will have a lot of work to make up.
Hopefully
Hazel, on the other hand,
damage.
spinning out once again on this drive. That rain is not helping out at all. And MToms has one enemy and one car to deal with, and then he will be done with the most difficult part, which he is now. So he's going to go ahead and switch off to Michael, take out a few people, and then we will see the end of the race for him. From here on, it should be just about smooth sailing.
You say that. It is very easy to mess up all three of these sections. And it should
Okay, well, it's a lot harder and
trivial.
messed up than the other parts.
That's true.
It'll be fine. Hazel does go for the dialogue skip.
He's not shooting the guy that climbs over the wall and runs away, and the guy's
he might
gonna
have
run
gotten away.
He's gonna have to go chase after that guy.
Or hopefully it'll result in him maybe bleeding out. Do take note on how it stop moving.
He does peek his little head over the wall.
Yeah, and MToms does take that opportunity to dome him instantly.
MToms opting not to go for fire, just to be safe. Switching to Trevor now. Meanwhile, Pietro spawning in the mission that allows him to choose.
It's not really a choice, though. Let's be honest. At least not in this category.
My speedrun, my choice.
Into his radio mic.
Banned from the leaderboards instantly. No appeal.
And yeah, MToms having no trouble with the sniper shot, and it doesn't look like he's getting any bad cops, so...
Even though it's
Actually,
not
no,
really
he
an
actually
issue.
does get a cop.
He's gonna instantly use him anyway.
In my last run of this, I did not get the insta-loss, and I had a little bit of weirdness here. He doesn't get that unlucky, and he just gets to switch straight to Franklin.
Hazel taking it very slow on the yomp out of Franklin's house on the way to Third Way. Thankfully does not bite him in the ass by getting him stuck. Does manage to squeeze out of there, despite basically crawling down those cliffs.
I don't know why MToms just yeeted a C4. He's also not going for the RPG strat. He's just going to drive up and shoot them the good old-fashioned way.
Well, that's not really shooting, but I do see your point you're trying to make. Yeah, that being said, people don't really go for RPG strat anymore. Wait, if they're gonna go up onto the hill and snipe at the Mr. Cheng, people typically go for an actual sniper nowadays.
Oh. I'll remember
Yeah,
that
we
if
saw, I think we saw Saul do it earlier today.
Hell no, that was at 4:45 a.m. I ain't waking up for that.
Move to Europe. Or move to the better coast of America. I only had to wake up at 8 for it.
MToms, I don't think he shot the guy on the lower balcony. He will get him later, that's important.
And by later, you mean now.
Yeah, he is one of the people that prevents it from progressing if you get to Devon. He doesn't kill that guy, he also needs to kill him to progress.
Does finish the job, though.
This is the shotgun guy. He is low HP, don't die, MToms.
Yeah, once again, barely surviving the shootout and having a little fun taking out the guy, or memeing out the guy who almost killed him. I do not blame MToms at all, considering how far he is in the lead and how much anger he probably has to let out on that fucker. But yeah, MToms is now on to the final drive. There's only one, maybe two things that could go wrong now, and even then they will ultimately be inconsequential in terms of the outcome of this race.
Meet me on the cliffs off the GOH.
I think there's got to be a little bit of commentator's irony of you saying one or two things that can go wrong as he crashes into a tree.
Okay, so there's 0 or 1 more things that could go wrong. I accounted for that.
Gets the first dialogue skip right on
What emergency
time.
service do you require?
Alright, Hazel picks up Lamar and starts heading for the foundry. Both of them doing fairly chill drives right now. I guess Hazel is making it chill. You could probably do a fair few brake boosts here, but it seems that Hazel is mostly opting not to. Yeah, MToms getting fairly close to the end.
Service do you require?
And he gets the second dialogue skip flawlessly. So as long as he doesn't crash, it should just be a straight shot to the finish.
Hopefully we will not have a repeated ocean incident.
Oh no. Meanwhile, Hazel getting to the foundry. He also didn't do the ledge buffer, so he's going to be running to Michael and Trevor.
Go meditate, you phony prick!
And the last turn for MToms. Tech.
Ooh, crashes into a little Volkswagen. I think that would like a bug or beetle. I forgot the name of that one.
Takes
But
an interesting
what's
route down
MToms
the
doing?
hill.
He's backing
Oh,
up into the marker. Okay. See how it is, having a little fun. MToms opting to use the machine gun instead of mowing down enemies with the rocket launcher.
I think you mean Hazel, but yes.
Yeah, sorry.
And MToms is about to be finished.
GG's.
GG's.
So with that, MToms wins his round 1 match, and we'll move on to the kind of winners section for round 2.
He will move on to the 1-0 Swiss score, if you remember from that video during the intermission.
Mm-hmm. Hazel using a bit of power to make sure he doesn't die. And it's now on to the Franklin saves Lamar section. He is getting shot by a couple of the cops that Trevor did not finish.
And we just brought MToms back. GG MToms. How do you feel about that run?
It was okay. I was really surprised I didn't die on either of the shootouts on Third Way where I was down to really low health, but...
You were down to really low health a lot.
Yeah.
Mainly the Third Way and Big Score, though, right? Those were the big two, I think.
Yeah.
Hazel also got to really low health, but unfortunately he did die, so he's
Actually, I guess I
going to
did
have to
die the one time
again.
Third Way, but...
Right, yeah.
But yeah, GG's. It looks like you were not too far off your PB, but you know, definitely the stress of a racing environment can cause.
Yeah, I lost over 2 minutes on those last 2 missions. I could have gotten about a 50-minute even time probably.
Yeah, and your first try Yomp was pretty cool to watch.
You mean second try, right?
Yeah.
No, first try.
Okay,
I decided to go off that little hill on the right. I don't normally do that, but I was like, this will give me some more height probably. It's landed on the road though, so it's fine.
Yeah, that was the original Yomp setup, right?
Yeah, I've seen people do that before, so I got there. I was like, I'm gonna hit it. I decided that in the moment, so I go.
Yeah, I mean, however you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Right?
We were actually talking about this a little bit. We were wondering, did you have the restream open and knew how far ahead you were?
I had checked on Lamar down, I think was the last time I looked. I saw that I was good ways ahead. So
okay. So at that point, you were just pretty confident.
Yeah.
You can do it. Watch out! Another FIB team on the way.
Yeah. GG's. Welcome to the 1-0 Swiss bracket.
Yeah.
And now we're just waiting on Hazel to go ahead and finish up this Third Way. Having a little trouble getting those 2 stair cops, but does eventually get them.
Oh yeah, he killed those guys for me.
Yeah,
he killed them for you, wow.
Yeah, it was weird. He launched an RPG, I switched to him and they were already dead.
That is very, very lucky. Yeah, Hazel making a decent job of all of these enemies with controller auto aim.
Overall, so MToms, is there another segment you think you would have rather done if you couldn't have done Third Way?
I was trying to figure out what segments I thought were my strongest. I know I had PB, Blitz Play, and Fresh Meat in my last full run I did on Sunday. And I thought, okay, I'm doing pretty well with those, so I get to pick one of those. But then it came down to Blitz Play or Third Way at the end. I was like, I should do Third Way probably because I did so bad at it in my last full run. I need to practice it.
So this was a practice round for you.
I'll probably try to do another full run tomorrow at some point. I don't know what time it'll be, but I'm trying to do 2 full runs a week lately on Sunday and Thursday. But Usually it works out. I only actually finish one of them normally.
Best way to practice all the segments, just don't forget about those miscellaneous categories.
Shot at this, guys.
Oh yeah. I'm fine with stunt jumps. I figured no one will race me at that anyways. And then
I think I'd race you.
At least looked into the tutorial for all races, but I haven't actually done a run yet.
I don't know if all races is going to be that popular, especially considering the car origin for every single race except those
Yeah, that being said, I also saw some strat discussion for all races today, so now if I want to choose that segment, I have to be worried. Does my opponent know a better route than I do?
I'm clear.
Because there might be some changes there.
He ain't a problem no more, Frank.
Hazel finishing up the stretch section, now switching to Trevor, and I don't know how accurate our timer is to him. Ew, he
it seems
switched.
Hazel has accidentally switched to Franklin instead.
Yeah.
But
Now
that's getting back to Trevor.
And some people were in chat were saying it could be close for him to get a PB. So we'll see how well he handles the Trevor section and the Devon drive. Sorry, the second Trevor section.
Well, there's also
mic.
Franklin section.
That's true. Hopefully he has no problems with that.
Yeah, I would not call this a safe PB potential yet.
Not
based on what I'm
definitely
seeing.
It's always
It might
crashing a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the one, Chief. Quite a few top spawns, but it should not matter as Hazel goes to enter the barber shop. Does not opt to go. Oh, does go for phone strat at the very last moment. I've never seen someone cut that close before. Yeah, I thought so too.
And yeah, Pietro also gonna drive up with the C4.
I would assume so, yeah. I feel like that sniper shot would be quite difficult with the controller. Yeah, here comes the C4 throw, and it's 2 out of 3 cars.
He damaged it. He just wasn't able to explode on the first try.
Am I supposed to keep my stream live until the end of the stage, or can I go offline?
That is a tech question. I would say keep it safe and keep it live.
Okay.
It's not going to massively inconvenience you.
5 credits.
No.
Getting Rockstar's good graces, and then they won't discontinue our stream.
We don't need it, but you know, not an empty feed there doesn't look pretty. So, you know, if it's on a water for you, it would be good if you can give it on.
And yes, while we're hearing Storm Raid's voice, taking the time to say technical working, you don't often hear their voices, but they're doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make everything look so seamless and beautiful. So, big thank you to all of those guys.
Alright, Hazel slowly cleaning up the last of the guards for this shootout. Does seem to have missed one down here and is turning around to go get it.
Yeah, he missed the guy that was on the stairs. Actually, no, I think... Who did he miss? Oh, he... That's actually interesting.
Stream is having a little bit of difficulties. Should be fine now, I think.
Oh, going for a swim.
2 dives in one day.
He needed to
What are the
dive
odds
into
of
the pool because of how sweaty he's getting.
I don't know if I call this sweaty. Yeah, we are now finally on to the final drive.
And he's playing with in-game music, which means hopefully we'll get the classic It's a Setup. Oh, MToms going for all stunt jumps.
He's always on that grind. got a
Oh, he
little
misses the
inspired.
drive down the mountain. So he's
Yeah,
gonna have to drive
Hello, this is
around.
911. What
Might be a
emergency
little
service
difficult to
required?
recover.
Calls 911 a little bit early. Doesn't know the exact spot to call them for the dialogue skip.
Yeah, as we are taking a look at the timer and the pace, we might be able to see HazelPietro squeeze out maybe a couple seconds PB. If it happens, it's going to be very close, and might come down to whatever local live split comparison is going on.
This is why the people I put in my truck are usually dead.
What you do? I would wanna be like you. Sorry, I like this song.
I applaud your work.
Hello, this is 911. What emergency service do you require?
Hazel now coming up on the final big corner.
Yeah, we are getting very, very close to the end. It is approaching faster
really
than it seems.
Whether or not he chooses is really going to come down to Loki's live split. And with that, he chooses not to go for the rail riding strat and crashes. And I think that might just put the nail in the coffin of not being able to
Slick.
That is absolutely true. There is no possible way to get sub PB now, sadly. It was close, but not
I'm
quite.
pretty sure our timer is only about 10 to 12 seconds too
More
slow.
useful to you and people who ain't, and the people who ain't gotta go. Me? I'm not.
Yeah, either way, I think it's about clear as day.
Useful or not.
How this is gonna end.
Like to
Is
Unless-
going to finish.
what I
Okay, thank God Hazel is taking it safe. Because I
Doesn't
think
want
if
to
we saw
deal
that,
with the ocean.
we see that tornado fall into the water, I'm going to be very sad.
slowly disemboweled.
I think once is enough for a tournament. But yeah, with that, we are about to have time. Yeah, get your GGs in chat, everyone. And there it is.
GG.
All right, GG's Hazel.
Pietro, GG.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so
How do you feel about the run?
I'm so surprised it's a 104. Like, I knew my PB was bad, but now I know that it's even worse than I thought. So I can beat it very easily.
Do I have a choice?
That's a good
well,
mindset.
yeah, I'm glad you have something to work towards.
As flawed,
Yeah.
awful, totally
And-
uncomfortable, and poorly matched
Yeah,
friends.
overall,
Absolutely.
like,
Oh,
it was
perfect. Then we can get back
okay,
to the
I
kind of
guess. I
capitalism we
had some
practice.
very silly mistakes, but
much more better that is than Devin's kind.
Ooh,
that
hypocrisy,
happens every time.
frankly. Civilization's greatest virtue.
Jesus, your therapist has
Yeah.
a lot to
So?
answer for.
I know.
I
still
think
hate
unless
myself.
anyone else
But
has
hey,
any
at least I know
other
the words
things
for
they
it now.
want to
Yeah, but I
add,
hate you, and I know the